Hello everybody. In this session we will cover sales transactions on Go Plus. Sales transactions are sales orders, sales dispatches and sales invoices basically. Before starting, I would like to create new materials to use in my transactions. So I open the materials browser, right click on the browser and choose new option to reach this screen. International 003. To have the same Go Plus International. And I will create another one. Go Plus International 004. Before starting sales operation, first of all, I would like to increase my inventory by generating purchase order, receipt, and purchase invoice. On the lines, I will select my new materials, Go Plus International 003 and 004. I will set the unit price as you remember, before changing the without changing the order slips status approval info from proposal to deliverable, we cannot continue, we cannot deliver or generate bill over the sales or purchase order. I will use the deliver option to generate my purchase receipt. Without changing anything, I will save the slip. So my order is closed. I open purchase receipts browser and use the bill option to generate my purchase invoice. This is my purchase invoice for the last order I generated. Now let's check the stock, materials. Right now I have 100 of each material which I generated previously. You can reach sales orders and sales dispatches from the stock module under transactions. We will start with sales orders. I open sales orders browser, right click and choose new option to generate the first sales order. From the accounts receivable and payables information section, I will choose the customer information, and on the lines I will choose my materials. So we had 100 of quantities for each material on this slip lines, which means I cannot sell more than 100 quantity. So I will use the quantity of 10 for each line and unit prices. It's the same process as it was in purchase order slips. Without changing the approval info of the sales order slip, you cannot continue the process. I changed the status from proposal to deliverable, which means right now I can generate my sales dispatch. There are two ways of generating a sales dispatch. You can either use right mouse button menu on the browser and choose deliver option. I will generate whole sales dispatch for this sales order, and without changing any information on the line, I save my slip. So my order is now closed. This C letter stands for closed on the browser. I open sales dispatches browser, and now I can see my previously generated sales dispatch over the sales order. And again, there are two ways of generating sales invoice. You can either use right mouse button menu on the sales dispatches browser and use bill option. Again, without changing anything, I click on save button, and now I will be able to see the I letter on the browser, which stands for invoiced. And under the invoice module, I open sales invoices browser, and now I can see my generated wholesale invoice over the wholesale dispatch. We can view the slip. As you can see, the original information in the sales order remains the same on wholesale invoice. Now let's check the second way of generating sales dispatch and sales order, sales invoice. Once again, I open sales order slips browser, add a new record. This time I will use the Turkish customer. On the material code section, I will be using the same materials. This time I will be selling one of Go Plus International 002 and two of Go Plus International 004 at a unit price of 3,000 for each of them. Once again, I change the approval info of my sales order and open sales dispatches browser. From the combo box, wholesale dispatch should be selected. I just right click on the browser and add a new record. On the accounts receivable and payable information section, I must select the same customer information which I used in the sales order. Now just right click and you can either use transfer order slip or transfer order transaction. We can use transfer order transaction option this time. On this filter screen, you can filter according to your needs. I will give today's date on the date filter and click on OK. And right now these are my available order slip lines. You can see the slip number is the same, is the number 2, and I am able to see the lines in my sales order slip. I would like to transfer both of the lines to my wholesale dispatch, and the information in my sales order slip is automatically transferred to my wholesale dispatch lines. After saving the wholesale dispatch, we can generate sales invoice. So under the invoice module, open sales invoices browser, right click and add a new one. Again, from the accounts receivable and payable section, choose the same customer and right click, use transfer dispatch receipt option. This time I will use the dates of today. Click on OK, and my available dispatches will be listed on this browser. Choose the needed dispatch from the left side by double clicking on this column and click on OK to complete the transfer operation. And this is the second way of generating sales dispatches and sales invoices. This process is very similar to the purchase transactions. Now let's check the sales order slips. Again, this is the upper part is the header of the slip. Now let's see another example. I will use Go Plus International 003. I will sell 5 of it at a price of $3,500 Turkish liras. On the lines, there is an option called reserved. If you choose yes for the reserved section, it means that you are reserving this much quantity, like 5 quantity of Go Plus International 03 to be delivered. So if you select reserved option as yes, you will be able to see the reserved quantity on the materials browser. So let's check it. Click on save button, change the approval info to deliverable, and open my materials browser. So right now the physical inventory of my Go Plus International 0003 material is 89. But since I used the reserved feature in the sales order slip, my actual inventory is 84. So I reserved that 5 quantity of this material to be delivered. After generating a sales dispatch, my physical inventory will be affected, which means that right now it is 89, and after generating sales dispatch, my physical inventory will also be 84. I generated my wholesale dispatch and open materials browser, refreshed screen, and right now you can see that my physical inventory is 84 because I delivered my reserved quantity by generating the sales dispatch. Sample. We can have another example for Go Plus International 004. Currently I have 88 quantity of this material. I would like to generate an order for the 8 of that quantity at a price of 2,500. Again, on the lines I will use reservation, change the approval info from proposal to deliverable, and now we will be able to see that my physical inventory is still 88, but my actual inventory is 80 because I reserved that 8 quantity to be delivered. This also means that I have a 80 quantity of deliverable stock, which means right now I cannot sell more than 80 quantity. Again, if I generate my wholesale dispatch, my physical inventory will also be decreased to 80. Now let's check the materials browser, and as you can see, physical inventory is right now 80. Again, for the sales order slips, we can have more than one line, but we don't have to deliver each line at one slip. So, which means we can generate dispatches and bills partially. So let's have I would like to sell 5 from these, 5 from these, 6 and 7. unit price of on the wholesale dispatch. I can edit the quantity information, unit price information, or I can even delete the lines which I don't want to deliver right now. So I will be just delivering Go Plus International 1 and Go Plus International 2. My sales dispatch is generated. We can view it. As you can see, I am only delivering the first two lines of my order. Let's go back to our sales order slip. Now on the lines, we will be able to see the undelivered quantity for the third and the fourth lines. Since I generated a wholesale dispatch for the first two lines, I do not have any undelivered quantity. But still, I have a remaining quantity for the Go Plus International 3 and Go Plus International 4. So right now, if I generate a wholesale dispatch, only the last two lines of my slip information will be transferred to the wholesale dispatch. On the slip lines, we also have a column called reserved date. If you activate the reservation on the slip line, reserved date column will be available to be edited. Reserved date automatically comes from date of the slip, but you can change it if you want to. So you can write 20th of August 2016 right now. Let's check another example. I will use Go Plus International 3. As mentioned on the lines, you can use a reservation for the quantity. If you activate this reservation, the reserved date field will also be available to be edited. The reserved date, it's the date info that will be used as a base in material totals table and reports, and totals are updated according to this date. This information can be changed by the users. I also would like to show you generating sales invoices. Like sales operation do not have to start with sales order. You can directly generate a sales invoice. Of course, from the combo box, you will be able to see the slip types. I will generate a wholesale invoice. Example, let's use Arabic customer. I will sell 6 of these at a price of 1016. On the details tab of the wholesale invoice, you can see the dispatch and receipt information, the type of it and the number of it. After I save my sales invoice, this wholesale dispatch will be generated automatically. Now, under the stock module, I will open sales dispatches, and this is my automatically generated wholesale dispatch, which is related to my sales invoice. For the sales transactions, like sales orders, sales dispatches and sales invoices, it's all for now, and in the following sessions we will continue with other topics, other slip types. Thank you for watching our video.
Thank you for watching our video.